Hello everybody, happy Friday to you all and welcome to another day in Azeroth. Valerie, Lael, Mendy on Wings of Love, Barden, Wix, Esme, Bandit, Amy, welcome everybody. Wix, that's awesome news, man. Congrats. Today we are starting off in the Eastern Plaguelands. We're going to go back to farming up the Crypt Fiend parts. And hopefully we'll hit 59 today. That's kind of the goal for me for the whole day. Hit 59. After that, you know, we should have 2 or 3 more days to get level 60. So we can kind of say now, like, we're getting close. If close is measured in a number of days, instead of a number of weeks or months, then we're getting close. Yeah, it's days away. But in Classic Era, days away is still close.
Can I help you? See you around. Be careful. Have a good one. What can I do for you? See you later. For the Alliance.
Do I need to buy more biscuits? I have 72 biscuits. I did make some inventory space. Probably not as much as I could have. I don't think we need evil bat eyes.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, let's sell the evil bat eyes. I should have put this into my bank, and I forgot to do that. I don't need the food. There we go. That's probably as good as it gets. It was surprising to see me upload a War Within video. I had uninstalled it. Yeah. I had it uninstalled for a couple weeks. And then, like, I started to realize, like, part of the problem with me not even being able to finish the campaign was that I had completely burned out on it. When I went back and I added up, like, all the hours that we did the pre-patch event, and I did the pre-patch event for, like, 50 hours in, like, a week and a half. I did like 50 hours of pre-patch event leveling. I went back and looked at the characters that we leveled up, and like some of them I didn't even remember playing. Like there were like 2 or 3 characters that I was like, wait, what? We leveled that up? We capped that at 70? So yeah, I went really just way too hard, burned myself out, and I'm like, I'm still not ready to play a bunch of War Within. But I think I am ready to kind of like step back into just doing the quest and spending a little bit of time on there every day. It kind of reminds me of when I went back to do the Emerald Dream stuff in Dragonflight. Like I had burned out of Dragonflight, I hadn't been playing Dragonflight, and then when Emerald Dream came out, I went back with the intention of just doing the quest and just like going slow and not really worrying about like anything else. And this kind of reminds me of that. Except I didn't wait 3 patches this time. So yeah, I still don't, we're not going to stream any retail, and I don't know how much of it I'm going to play beyond doing the questing stuff, but I'll put my toes back into it and try to like, I'm trying to be less cynical about it. And I'm trying to just enjoy, like, see if there are parts that I can enjoy, whether it's the music or the scenery or the ambience or like the button pushing, and just seeing if I can just enjoy it for what I can, and overall just be less critical of the parts that I don't like. We'll see how it goes. It's a work in progress. And the truth is, I've really been missing, like, having a recorded series. Like, having something that's more just the old school, old style, just immersive content to put up on the channel. It's been, like, I think almost a month since I have put up any recorded stuff, and kind of have to start getting back into doing it, because ultimately at the end of the day, that's like the heart of the channel. Yeah, that's what I tell myself. Like, if I do all the quests and I do all the side quests and I'm doing some world quests, then at least I'm progressing my reputations. If I ever care about that, like if there's ever a point when I care about progressing those kinds of things, then at least by doing all the questing and that stuff, I'm doing that, progressing that for all my characters. I also think that, like, for me, like, going into an expansion with the idea that I'm gonna do like season 1, with the idea that I'm gonna do like endgame stuff, that I'm gonna be in season 1, I think for me that was like a really like bad mentality to take into a new expansion, because then, like, you know, I hit level cap and all of a sudden, like, all my patience for the game was gone. And, like, part of that was being burned out from, like, doing the pre-patch event for 50 hours that week. But part of it happened just because of the idea that I was, like, I got into that rush to endgame mentality. Because I was telling myself, like, I'm gonna do Mythic Plus in Season 1, right out the gate, I want to be ready. And, like, but I'm not really a person anymore who can enjoy that rush to get to that point. The funny thing is, there was no rush. Like, had I just continued to take my time, and had I just continued to play for an hour or so a day every day, I would have been more than geared. There was more than enough time to, like, figure everything out. There was more than enough time to ignore, like, the world events or the things that I didn't like, and I still would have been fine for gear, and I still would have been fine for progression going into Season 1, but, like, it just gets in my head, and, like, it was hard for, I couldn't acknowledge that, like, I could still take my time. As soon as I hit level cap, it was just like, okay, no, I gotta go, where's the gear? Oh, now I need to learn this system, now I need to learn that system. I don't want to learn these fucking systems, I just wanna get my gear, I just want to be ready for Season 1, and, like, I let myself get into this, like, rushed state of mind that I didn't need to be in. Not only did I not need to be in it because that's not really what I enjoy, but I had plenty of time anyway. So, yeah. Now that Season 1 is well and truly, like, going, and, like, before you know it, the season will be over. Now I can put my toes back in and I can take my time. I've already missed the boat. I'm not running to the docks anymore because the boat has gone, it has sailed, everyone's off, and, like, I'm left where I'm at. And now I can just, like, take my time with it and just see what comes of it, you know? Anyway, that was my long retail rant for the morning. Sorry. That's overall where my mind's at about retail. Am I close to Nax? I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm right below Nax. Is this Naxxramas floating above us? You watched the official WoW 20th anniversary video. What a disappointment for Classic players it is. Yeah, they didn't really do a lot for Classic and Classic. It's weird, like the Classic stuff they did was like, they're putting some really cool Classic stuff into Modern WoW. Like, they've literally, they've redesigned BRD as a retail raid. And they didn't just do like a lazy job of it and scale the bosses up. They actually like redid the fights, they redid mechanics. Like they updated a lot of the textures and stuff, and so like they took some classic stuff. Like they got the time walking with the like all the vendors that are selling the like upgraded looking classic loot. So it's like they did classic stuff, but they did classic stuff in modern, which I guess is cool for someone that plays modern WoW but doesn't play classic. But I don't know like how much it doesn't do much for a classic player. Yeah. Unless you're gonna go back and play modern WoW just to do like the classic time walking, but like really if you're not already a modern WoW player, there's not a good reason for you to do that. So yeah, kind of a disappointment, but we kind of knew that was gonna be the case. Have I thought any more about playing on the EU servers like we talked about yesterday? Yeah. I signed up for my account, so it's in my dropdown now in Battle.net, and that was cool. I don't have to have two different installs. I can just go to my account dropdown, and I now have a test account for the EU. I logged into retail just to make sure that the connection was good, that I couldn't notice any like latency issues, and that seemed good. I don't have an active sub yet because I haven't properly asked my wife if I'm gonna spend the money on this. But I tested it and it's ready, so like I'm still considering like how I want to do it, if I want to do it for the hardcore run. So yeah, it's on my mind. I've taken steps to get it set up so that when and if I want to pull the trigger on it, I can. Yeah, it doesn't look like you do. It looks like it just accesses the same game files and gives you the different server list. I logged into retail just to test it. Like, I went to recreate my my elf priest, my void elf priest, and realized since it's a new account, I don't have any allied races. So that was kind of like a shock. And then I was like, oh man, if I were to like actually move to a new account, like for any like other version of the game besides hardcore, I would be missing a lot of things, like all the cosmetics, all the mounts, the allied race unlocks. It's a lot of like meta progress that would be like be tough to absorb. I feel like it would be something I could do for hardcore and like maybe even for classic era. But it would be a tough sell for me to move to a new account for like Cataclysm or Retail WoW, like for things that have like a transmog library and like a mounts library. It would be hard for me to move over. I would have to be moving over to get into a raiding guild. Like if I found a guild that wanted me, and you know they raid like whatever 7 o'clock their time, which equals like noon my time. If I found a raiding guild that wanted me to come raid, that would probably be the only way that I could justify like moving like progression classic over. Just because of like all the stuff I'm gonna lose on by having a new account. Yeah, like overall, like the idea of being able to raid in the middle of the day is really exciting. But like ultimately, I don't have a guild. Ultimately, I would still have to find a guild. And so far, like, that's not something that I have really done. I wouldn't even know how to, like, proceed with trying to get into a raiding guild. That wasn't just like a spam guild. Is that the Overseer? I don't see the Overseer right now. Not in front of us, at least. Yeah, I mean, you can always try to pug, and obviously if I'm playing during prime time, getting into pugs is a little bit easier. But I don't think I'd want to like be on a new account for Cataclysm or Retail just so I could pug. You know what I mean? Like it would be possible, but it's like the intrinsic like cost of being on the new account and losing all my stuff. Like I don't know if it's worth it for Cata. Or mop when that happens, or for Retail for that matter. I don't know if it's worth it to be on a new account just so I can pug in the middle of my day. Like it would take like a raid spot, I think. Like I'd have to have a raid spot. Here's the Overseer. You know, something I knew like you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm gonna get on at noon. I'm gonna raid with this guild and then I'm gonna log off. Like it would take that for me to want to build up a new account in Progression Classic, but for hardcore we'll probably check it out. I am not paying attention to my health or my mana at all today. It's gonna get me killed eventually here. Mr. Santa, the TLDR is I have it set up. I have the account made, but I'm still mulling it over. But we might check it out for hardcore. Robert, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. The green circles on the ground are for the priest benediction staff quest. Ooh. I had wondered yesterday what these were about. At first I thought they were just like poison puddles for dummies that were gonna like stand in poison. But then I noticed, you know, we don't take damage in it. And then after I determined they didn't do damage, I just never thought about it again. So there was a mace upgrade on the auction house today, but it was like 1100 gold. And I really didn't want to spend like all of my gold to have a cool weapon for like a level and a half, you know? So I didn't buy it, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open, and maybe if it doesn't sell, I would probably buy it for like 500. So if it doesn't sell, maybe they'll put it back up for a cheaper price. It's a blue item. I don't really think it's worth 1100, but since there's really nothing else on the auction house better than it, I guess they get away with like asking for that much. Yeah, and like I don't need upgrades, and like I don't know if I'll do many dungeons on this server just because it's not very populated with people doing dungeons. I think if I was planning to do dungeons, then I might grab it because then that would help me perform better. But like if I did dungeons on this character, I'd have to heal. Like nobody wants a Pally DPS in Classic Era because our DPS is bad. If you haven't noticed, our DPS is bad. So I'd have to heal, and I don't have the gear to heal either. So. Oh boy, PE class is about to begin. Good, he should lift some weights. Have him use the weight bench. He knows how to do some stuff. Have him do, he can do bench presses, he can do shoulder presses, he can do side raises, he can do curls. Like, just tell him to do some stuff and he'll do it. Like, he should know, like, all the big motions. Try to have him do some squats, too. Are they actually leading it though? Yeah, I get that he's in the online class, but from what you've described before, they're just like, hey kids, do physical stuff. Okay, now keep doing physical stuff. Great! That's what it seemed like before. Yeah, throwing the ball at the wall, right? Was that an instructor-led activity? The instructor led them through throwing a ball at the wall? Like, I want to teach that PE class. New career goal, teach online PE. Right now he's shooting his Nerf bow and arrow. Oh, good. Like I said, just tell him to lift some weights. If we got him a real bow and arrow, that might actually be a little bit of a physical activity. He did have his Nerf Minecraft hammer and a wooden shield out earlier, so I think he's dual spec. Or maybe he's multi-class. He seems to have a tank class and a hunter class. At least today. He set up his cam so that when it starts, everyone will see his awesome aim with the toy crossbow. That's cool. I mean, not only is he not doing physical activity, but now he'll be distracting the entire PE class. And so now no one will be doing physical activity. Even better. The poor instructor. Is he the class clown? I wouldn't say so, but like, I can't say that he doesn't like having attention. It's just not always manifesting in like a class clown sort of way. No, I don't know. He's random. Sometimes he doesn't even want his camera on and like won't keep it turned on. Other times he wants to show everybody his awesome aiming skills with the bow and arrow. Like, it really just depends on like the circumstances. When the situation allows for it, he just likes sharing stuff with people. You know, whether he's sharing a story or sharing his stuffy, like a toy, or his awesome bow skills. I think like when he gets the opportunity, he just likes to share stuff with people. And but he will, in doing that, he will try to take over like the entire session that's going on. It's like a give him an inch, he wants the whole stream type of deal. The teacher says, you were shooting a bow and arrow. Is that okay inside? Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great inside. Later, we're doing firearms training indoors too. It's perfectly safe. It does, just to be fair, it does have a suction cup on the end of it. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Fire dancing in the kitchen, yeah. No, he'll never do fire dancing. We had one of those assholes living above us in our apartment complex in Kansas City. And he lived above us for a couple years. He twirled the stupid flame staffs and stuff. One day, I got a call, and it was the landlord explaining to me that the apartment building had exploded and was in the progress of burning down. Now, thankfully, none of us were in the apartment at the time, but yeah, it was because dumbass had stored a bunch of kerosene or whatever it is they use to light the fire staffs. He'd been storing it inside of his apartment, and it blew up, caught fire, and exploded. So he'll probably never want to to be a fire twirler, because he knows how that can end. True story. Yeah, the dangerous thing is he was one of those people that like wasn't too smart, but he thought he was really smart. He thought he was like God's gift to the planet, and everyone who questioned anything he did was like, you know, how dare they? He was one of those entitled young assholes that you come across sometimes, who thinks, you know, everybody should have to put up with their antics, including storing flammable gas and liquids inside of their apartment. Good old 2020. That's right. That also happened like basically like right before the pandemic or during. It was like right around the same time. It was right after everything shut down. Yeah. You're in the middle of a pandemic and your home explodes. It's like, I don't know, at that point, like, everything gets pretty surreal. Yeah, no humans or animals were harmed in the blowing up of the building. Well, some people might have been harmed, but we weren't there. I feel like this class has gotten to a point where we almost have to like drink our mana back every single pull. This has been a case of like the higher levels that we've attained, the less mana efficient the class has become. I really don't know if the next class I want to play can have mana. Like we talked about maybe doing a warlock in hardcore, but I'm really worried about like going on to another mana using class. Because I really don't want to have to like sit and drink after every fight. I guess the balancing point is like if I play a rogue, then like maybe I'll have to like bandage up or eat between most fights. Maybe eventually we'll just be like really squishy and I'll have to spend time healing anyway. Play a moonkit? Absolutely not. I should ban you. No, I'm not gonna play a druid. The warlock is very mana efficient. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Like, cause there's two thought processes. The one thought process is like, I've just spent 200 hours on a melee class, like, let's play a caster for a change of pace. The other thought process is like, I just really don't know if I can deal with like obscene amounts of mana usage. I'm gonna play it with a wand, so I'm gonna like, basically on the warlock, I'm just gonna dot things up, have my pet tank it, and I'm gonna wand it down. And I'm probably not gonna focus on any like big hard cast spells. And then I know I get like life tap and mana tap or something like that. Maybe I get like a drain life. Do I get a drain life? So I can tap my life for mana, and then I can drain life my HP back, correct? Is that like a strategy? Shadow Priest, Priest kill rate is too slow. After playing the Pally, I need something with a fast kill rate. I need something with a bit more DPS. So yeah, so if I want to be super efficient, if I'm low on mana, I can tap my health and then I can drain life. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. Because then while you're draining health, that's acting as like another dot. So then you'll have Corruption, Immolate, Curse of Agony. And then if you're also draining health, then you got 4 dots rolling basically, and you're getting your health back. Here we go. Exhibit A. What are we doing here? What is this? Oh, she's channeling into her pet. Okay, I thought she was doing drain life. Exhibit A. Yeah, we'll check it out. I think we'll give it a try. See if I can avoid getting it killed at level 7. Oh, that was health funnel for pet healing. Okay, makes sense. Wait, I think I know the perfect class for you. Warrior. Yeah, don't think that I haven't thought about it. Don't think that I haven't thought about simply rolling a warrior. Oh yes, we're always almost about to roll a warrior. But I know that in hardcore, like, I'm gonna get a warrior killed. Because I've done it many times. But we're always close to rolling a warrior. It's hard not to roll the best class in the game that does the most DPS, that has the most momentum, that doesn't use mana. It's hard to not roll that class, you know? Yeah, Priest and Paladin are super survivable in hardcore, absolutely. I love Priest, but after playing the Paladin, I need something that has a faster kill rate. Otherwise, I would go Priest. I know on a Priest or a Paladin, I have a really good chance of staying alive. Like, the Warlock is supposed to be pretty survivable also, but I don't have any experience on it. Yeah, do quest 2 or 3 levels under. Oh, I always do that. In hardcore, I mean, I do that in Classic in general. As much as I can, for as long as we can, we're always doing stuff like under level. Obviously, eventually, you kind of run out of stuff to do. Yeah, that's the other thing with the Warlock. We need soul shards. Sounds like inventory space that I never have. I guess they also want me to have like a special bag for my soul shards or something. That's gonna eat into inventory space. I only need shards for like health stones and summoning my pets, right? Like I don't need shards for like basic abilities. Yeah, soul stones, health stones. Well, soul stones, we won't be using any soul stones. Not in hardcore, at least. That's right, the imp doesn't need a stone. I'll probably be using the Void Walker a lot of the time. Although maybe if I can find like a safe way to drain tank, like if I can become confident as a drain tank, then I would like to have the imp out just to deal more damage and get through fights quicker. But it really depends on like how I feel about the power of drain life and all that stuff. I think if I'm in areas where I know I'm going to be fighting like one at a time, and it's relatively safe, then I think having the imp out for the damage and drain tanking would be okay. But if I'm in areas that are sketchy, or I'm going to be fighting more than one mob, then obviously I need to have the Void Walker out. But I wonder if I'm going to be smart enough to analyze those situations and like actively switch between the two pets, because that requires like thought and planning. Two things that I'm kind of bad at. And then if I do have the imp out and I get myself into trouble, well, that's not really great. So it makes it kind of like not safe to use the imp. I am out of coffee, and I need so much more coffee. I'm gonna try to complete this quest before I stop to get some coffee. Would the imp be better to use in dungeons? Yeah, depending on the group's preference. I feel like in a hardcore dungeon, there's a case to be made for having the Void Walker out. Just in case you need an off tank or stuff goes like really sideways, I could use the Void Walker to gather up all the mobs and we could like make a run for it. So it depends on like what the group wants. Imp for stamina buff is a good point. Yeah. Oh shit, no. I think I would probably ask the group what they wanted, you know, do you guys want the imp or the Void Walker? I have mail from the auction house. Trying to remember, like, what would I be getting from... Maybe I sold some stuff, I don't remember. Should probably check my mail. Tim, good morning to you. Happy Friday and welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Amy, I can hear him doing something. He's actually doing a good workout. I hope so. That would be a great way to use that PE time. Carnifexia, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. This will be the first time that we hit 60 on a classic era server, so it's actually a really big deal. If we're not counting Season of Mastery, which I don't really count Season of Mastery, just because Season of Mastery had the 40% XP bonus. I think my priest Athos got to like level 55 before TBC came out. And that was as close as it got, I think. And then in TBC era, we got the Tauren Warrior. We got him to cap. And we got him to cap like right when they announced Wrath of the Lich King. That was great. It was actually really weird for me when we hit level 58 on this character. I had the strong impulse to like go through the dark portal, right? You hit 58, it's time to go to Outland. And we hit 58 and I was like, oh, that's right. We're not going anywhere. Yeah, alcoholism is why, you know, it took so long. Alcoholism is why, you know, TBC was the first time that I capped while the cap was still relevant. And then obviously it got a little bit easier in Wrath of the Lich King. And we capped a couple of characters in Lich King. And now we've capped a couple characters in Kata. But yeah, for vanilla era, like this will be the first. And that was kind of like my goal with this character. Once I was committed to playing this character, like I just wanted to do this character to get it to 60 and not to really do much of anything else like while doing that. Kind of like retrain my brain to focus on something that takes a really, really long time. And just adopting more of like a finish the character that you start mentality. As long as the character that you start is not a character that you actually don't like playing. Then trying to actually like finish the whole journey was, for me, a big part of like what this character has been about. And now that I know exactly what it feels like to do this, it makes the idea of getting other characters to 60 much more, like, digestible. Now that I have felt like what it takes, like the patience I have to exert, now that I've gotten through those slumps, those level slumps where like you have nothing to do, all you can really do is grind. You keep thinking about other classes, but you can't make another character. Like, and now that I've worked my way through all that on this character, it makes doing it again seem like very easy, like conceptually. The cave nearby has a ton of the Nerubians in it. We're gonna go explore the cave. It's swarmed with them. You guys knew about this and you didn't tell me? I've been waiting for respawns on these guys for 2 days. And then there was a cave nearby where I could have been fighting more of them. You let me down. This is a neat cave too. Yeah, I would have loved to have been grinding between the town and the cave, town, cave, and... Now granted, you know, we probably wouldn't have made as much progress because I would have been done here a lot sooner, but... The cave is good to know about. Yeah, we'll have to watch for the elite coming back in, but... She keeps making her way back to the town as well, so we have to watch out for her in both places. And look, we also get a change of scenery, and that's good too. This cave leads to Tyrion? Shut your mouth. Does it really? What? Oh. Also would have been really good to know. Okay, so it leads right out to where he's at. Oh, that's crazy. Also very useful information. Nice. Blanzen, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the stream. It is going well today. Thanks for being here. This has been a good grind spot. You know what? Somebody mentioned yesterday that Tyr's Hand. This area is supposed to be a good grind spot. And these are humanoids down here. So after we finish here and we turn this one in for the Crypt Stalker stuff, I think we'll head down here and just check this area out. We don't have any quests that go on down there, but like grinding out the rest of the level there would probably be a good idea. And then maybe we head back to Winter Spring and tackle some of the quests we have back in Winter Spring. Jonathan, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Is this area full of elites? Not that I was told. Hearthglen is full of elites back in the Western Plaguelands. But they didn't mention elites. I was just told it was a good grind spot because they had decent gold and decent loot. And that it's a place that we might run into bots because of how good of a grind spot it is. But we'll go down there and see. I don't think I've ever been down there in Classic Era. They use that area in the Cataclysm revamp a little bit, I think. And I'm pretty sure I've seen it in the revamp. I found the cave. Yeah, I found this cave. Maybe people tried to tell me about this yesterday and I just wasn't reading chat. But obviously this cave would have been like really OP to know about if we wanted to just get this done. It's been fine because we've been doing a lot of grinding and that's been really lucrative for us. So it's actually fine, but yeah, knowing about the cave is OP. And apparently this cave also connects to the Tyrion's cave, which is a really, really great shortcut. And like things I didn't know about. Tyr's Hand is the spawn point of the Scarlet Envoy, which is a group of enemies. Okay, so like a patrol of aggressive enemies. And this is one of the best shortcuts, one of the only shortcuts that I know about now. Like, they don't do things like this a lot, where like an underground cave takes you somewhere else. There's the cave in Duskwood that leads you from one crypt to the other crypts, but it's not really a shortcut. It doesn't really get you anywhere. You're still coming up like back in the cemetery. But that's the only other like secret-ish shortcut I can think about. I think the elite might be back in this cave. I saw something rather large. The Ashen Veil, the Stone Talon. Is that a secret cave or is that just like a connector? Because I think you get a quest that takes you through that, I think. Like that kind of like leads you to it. Whereas no quest leads you to go through this. But I do feel like you're guided to go through the cave from Stone Talon to Ashen Veil. Unless I'm thinking of a different cave. Stone Talon has like a cool like an upper shortcut, like up into the mountain a little bit. And that kind of is like a little bit of like a scenic shortcut that I didn't know about until like a couple years ago. But yeah, that was playing Horde side that I came across that. And then obviously it has the shortcut back into the Charred Veil, but it's like that's pretty well marked by like NPCs and torches and stuff. Yeah, I thought I saw the elite as well. I'm hoping maybe she's on her way back out. I didn't really want to pull two of these guys. Okay, we need some big crits. Big crits. Not a single crit. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. There we go. One crit. Yeah, I did look at the auction house for trinkets. There weren't any Dark Moon trinkets on the auction house here. There were trinkets. I might have bought a trinket. Like, maybe that's what's in my mailbox. It wasn't the Dark Moon trinket, though, but there were some trinkets, and I think I bought one. But I didn't bother to get it out of my mailbox or equip it. So, yeah, what's new? Ooh, yeah, the Elite's back here, isn't she? Maybe that means we'll be headed back out this way. We could probably hide. Yeah, like, maybe we can hide. I don't know if this is gonna, like, work out, like, super well for us, ultimately. I think we're okay here. Yeah, we got lucky. I remember buying Darkmoon Fair trinkets, like, in later expansions off the auction house. Like, I think I remember grabbing one in, like, Wrath of the Lich King. I remember them from Cataclysm. But I don't remember them from vanilla. They didn't have any up. Maybe it's something other than a trinket that you turn into a trinket. Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. I could probably start making my way out of this place. Maybe we'll loop back around and we'll make our way out. We need one more item before we are actually done with the quest. Sorry, he needed ideas for his writing assignments. Like, the way that they make kids practice handwriting, apparently, at his online school is they just make them come up with a story every few days. So it's like, not only does the kid have to, like, go through the effort of doing the handwriting and then redrafting it, they have to, like, use their imagination to come up with, like, actual, like, full-fledged beginning, middle, end stories. Every 3 days we got, like, storyboard and come up with a new story. It's like he's doing more creative writing than the fucking quest writers at Blizzard.
Paragraphs, by the way.
3 paragraphs. Thanks for Kool-Aid Manning into my office exactly like I begged you not to do anything.
I just looked on Mom's computer and was like, oh, you're talking about that.
I'm talking about it, yep. Okay, go work on it. I gave you your idea.
Hey, usually they make us write in a book which is full of cursive.
Yeah,
writing.
cursive writing.
And
right.
anyways, I'm never gonna use cursive.
The biggest waste of time. All right.
Like, even normal letters would be better.
You have your idea. Go write your idea, please.
Coca-Cola, man.
Shut my door. They don't teach handwriting where you're at? They shouldn't teach handwriting. They should make sure that you know your letters, and then you should be keyboarding. And you should be learning how to type on a keyboard, because that's what you're going to be doing most of the time. Yeah, they're having them, like, learn cursive. And it's like, I don't remember most of my cursive letters because I haven't used it in 30 years. And they're teaching him cursive. Like, instead of spending 3 hours a week on cursive, it would be more beneficial to spend those 3 hours a week on basically any other activity or learning. Or just having free time would be more valuable than the time being spent on learning cursive. Just like the time that's spent on learning, like, higher mathematics. Like, once you have a grasp of what numbers are, you can just ask Google to solve any math problem for you. It doesn't matter how complex the math problem. If it has a solution, Google will be able to tell you. And so once a kid has a basic conception of how numbers fundamentally work, there's not really, like, a good reason to spend a lot of time teaching them how to manually compute higher forms of mathematics. Because it's always going to be faster and more accurate simply to ask a computer. And if we somehow get thrust back into the Dark Ages, and we don't have computers, well, then everything's gone to pot, and we're not going to really be worried about it very much. There we go. That's my education rant for the day. Yeah, it looks like the elite's on their way out of the cave still. They might be on the outside of the cave by now. It's kind of hard to tell exactly how far they are. Almost in the home stretch. Yeah, we're almost there. We still have, I think, several days to go. But, you know, we're getting close. Alright, let's get on this tower. We'll fly back to this tower. We will go turn in the bone shards or the crypt fiend parts or whatever we have. And then I want to go investigate the area down to the south. And we'll see if that'll be a decent place to farm out the rest of level 58.
What can I do for you? Safe travel.
JP, good afternoon. I'm glad you enjoyed the War Within upload.
Something? See you around. You need something? See you later. For the Alliance.
Well met. Keep your feet on the ground. See you soon. Safe travels.
Yeah, let's check the mail. I think I got a trinket waiting in here. Oh, I got a trinket and I sold some rune cloth. So that's good. Let's see. The trinket, Uther's Strength, has a 2% chance when struck in combat of protecting you with a holy shield. Probably better than the bleed trinket. So there we go. I have a trinket. And we made some gold. I am going to park it here and take a quick break. I need to get some coffee and eat a snack, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, we are back. Okay. Well, they are elites. They are actually elites. I was not told that, but you guys probably already knew that. I'm gonna fight one. Just see how that goes. If he hadn't resisted that last little bit of holy damage, we'd have had him. Yeah, obviously that's probably not going to be worth it. Okay, well, in that case, we should probably just go back to fighting undead. I mean, honestly, for us, if we're trying to grind the 4 bars, we should probably be fighting undead. And that way, at least we get to use exorcism to do a little bit more damage. I feel like the guys back in this area weren't too bad. And they were all like pretty high level, like level 59, 58, 60. So let's head back into this area. And we'll kill some stuff back that way. They were also dropping the Invader Scourge Stones, which I think turn in for like a little bit of a bigger rep item than the minion ones. So yeah, let's do that. The sandwich was really good, Amy. Yeah. It was all really good. Thank you for that. Half of it was like the perfect snack size also. It was filling without putting me into like a lethargic state, which I appreciate. We had Rayleigh, Cry of the Dragon. Yeah, we did, but we fought these guys for a little while after that too, and they were still pretty easy. They were still pretty easy, even after the buff was gone. Derek, I'm having a great Friday so far. Thanks for being here today. I don't think we'll hit 60 today. My goal is to hit 59 today. When I started off, I thought like 59 was pretty ambitious, but now it seems like 59 is pretty attainable. And I think that'll be our goal for today. Not sure if I'll stream over the weekend, but we'll see. We'll see what my plans are for Saturday. I really should have just fought these guys. I don't know why I'm like running past fights. I can't fight them now because now there's like too many of them. We gotta try to drop one or two. Okay, we didn't drop any. Okay, we're fighting. Oh, there we go. At the last minute they leashed. Okay, perfect. Yeah, there was no good reason for me to run through those guys. I'm gonna be too busy watching the Lions win this weekend. Yeah, absolutely. Sunday I don't stream at all. Like I won't stream on Sunday. Like that's 100% guaranteed. Whether or not I'll stream on Saturday depends on what's going on, like what other plans I have. Sometimes we stream on Saturdays, but not every Saturday. So the World Buff add-on that we grabbed yesterday, this has something in it today. Onyxia, 2 hours and 31 minutes, 4:50 p.m. So I'm assuming that's the next time that the buff can drop. And then if somebody turns in the head or whatever, then it will go out at that time. So maybe I should try to be in Stormwind at that time. What do you guys think it is at this point? Do you think it's like 25 mobs a bubble? Do you think it's like 50 mobs a bubble? It's gotta be like somewhere between 25 and 50. As far as like how many mobs we kill for a bubble of XP. Oh, there's the shield proc from the trinket. Look at that. Just absorbs damage for however long. Didn't seem like it absorbed a ton of damage. Try to see how often it procs. Nick, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. The tower buff is actually good. Increases melee, ranged, and spell damage dealt to undead by 5%. So for us, like right now, it's a 5% damage buff. I honestly feel like for us, like the best grind spot is out this way. I think we were like getting like the amount of kills we're able to get per minute probably balanced out them being a little bit lower level. The Nerubian cave in particular might be just really good for grinding. Maybe we'll fight our way back over that way. As long as the elite doesn't get us, yeah. We'll make sure that she's marked with a skull, so we'll see her coming from a long way off. Oh, look at that. We found this camp again. We were looking for them yesterday to see if they have any quests. Now that we hit friendly, but yeah, they don't seem to have anything. I don't even think they have a vendor. Not really sure they serve any purpose except for, like, world flavor. Oh, wait, there's a medic we can at least talk to. Let's talk to him and see what he says.
Hi.
He says hi. He's got too much to do and not enough time to do it. Please get out of my way. Okay.
Watch your back.
Yeah, that's it. It's just like a little medic camp. We've got a small thorium vein up here. We went down to Tear's Hand. They're elites. And although we can kill them, it's not worth how much time it takes. Yeah, we did go check it out. And also, I think, like, as a paladin, being able to use exorcism helps us out a lot. So, like, another reason to try to focus on fighting undead for now. If they were undead elites, then we'd probably be good. But they're humans. Priest and Pally should be able to make holy water. Would holy water, like, clear status elements? Like, what would it do? Stratholme holy water is an anti-undead bomb. Oh. That's cooler than it curing disease. Maybe you should be able to use it in both ways. Maybe it should cure diseases, but then also you can target enemies with it if they're undead or demonic. Yeah, I think that kind of stuff would be a cool addition to Classic. They'll probably never do anything like that. But it would be very RPG-esque and probably add a lot of depth to those classes, just like some extra utility. Extra utility is always good. Especially in a version of the game where like some classes are really bad at certain things. Like giving classes or professions more utility stuff would be really cool. Alright, so we're just about halfway through the level. Who has been counting mobs? How many mobs have we killed so far? We're almost exactly halfway through the bubble. I meant to start counting and then I forgot to. Maybe I'll start counting on the next bubble. By the time I have an accurate count, we'll be level 59. Maybe we should just head back to the cave. The mob density was better in the cave. Yeah, let's go do that. I feel like with this cave here and it being full of Nerubians, like, I mean, I guess the point is it probably wasn't always full of Nerubians. It still seems like a sketchy place to have like a tunnel, like right by the back of a village. Maybe it was like a smuggling tunnel or something. I mean, to be fair, when I'm fighting these guys, I am spending a lot of mana on cleansing the poison. So that could be something in the cons column. Like there's pros and there's cons. Like us having to cleanse the poison is definitely a con. How much does that cost us? 116 mana. Whereas exorcism is 285 mana. I had to purify about 4 times in that one fight. That's more than an entire exorcism cast. So it's kind of costly. Nick, that's awesome, man. I hope you enjoy that. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to try a hardcore run on the EU server. So when I play, it'll be like prime time on their server, and it'll be like the most people online. Still trying to decide what I'm going to do with that. I'm surprised there's a lot of people on Horde side. When I looked at Defias Pillager, there was a lot of people on Alliance, and there was like some people on Horde side, but it seems like there's probably more now. Yeah, Defias is North America hardcore server. Defias is our hardcore server that currently has a medium population, whereas the other one's Skull Rock. That one's a low pop. Alright, there's the elite. This is actually really, really bad timing for us. Let's work our way back out this way. Alright, yeah, I don't think we can... We can probably double back and hide. But we have to get a little bit of distance. I feel like we can hide in this little offshoot. Oh, there's 3 of them here. Yeah, when I initiated this pull, I swore there were only 2 of them. We're gonna have to use some cooldowns here. They're summoning ads. Oh, this just gets even better and better. We need some really big crits. Yikes. Well, there goes Lay on Hands. That's down for an hour. But we lived. We're also, now we're into the next bubble, so now I'm going to try to keep count of how many mobs it takes per bubble. It was 17 from halfway through, so 17 times 2 is like 34? So about 34, 35 mobs. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna try to count. That sounds about right. I thought it'd be somewhere between 25 and 50. Yeah, we could do math, yeah, like someone could literally do math. I can't do that math right now, but yeah, the total XP bar is 202,300. And then I'm pretty sure there are 20 bars. Bubbles. Yeah, there's 20. About 36 if it were the same mob giving the same XP. Right. We were close. Blanzin, that's rough, man. Sorry to hear that. As they say, go again. I'll probably be feeling your pain sooner than I would like. Yeah, 11's not bad. Like, pre-level 15 is definitely more, like, digestible than, like, 20s or 30s or up. It still sucks. Alright, I have to step away for 1 second. I'm gonna park myself up on the hill here. I think I'm safe back here. I haven't seen any mobs spawn this way. I will be right back. You know what I haven't done in a long time? I have not checked my /played. It's been a few levels since I've looked at it. Eight days, 11 hours, and 30 minutes. Time played this level, 5 hours and 52 minutes. 8 days, 11 hours. Isn't clearing 58 in 6 hours quite fast? I mean, we're not. It's probably going to be at least another hour until we get it. So, yeah, we're at 6 hours right now. It's going to be at least 7 hours total, I would think. As to whether or not that's fast for 58, I am not sure. It has felt. I mean, it's been over 2 different days, so it has not felt fast. But then again, I've kind of been intentionally pacing myself for the past 2 levels, and I've been aiming for like a half a level a day. So like that's kind of been the goal. And even half a level a day is probably going to be hard to achieve. We might have to break level 60 into 3 different days, from 59 to 60, depending on like what quest we can be doing. We might head into Silithus, because I know there are at least a handful of quests in Silithus, and I feel like it's a less populated area than Winter Spring. The overall /played is 8 days, 11 hours, so you'd have to do 8 times 24 plus 11 to figure that one out. .207. Nice. There we go. 207 hours. Like, if we hit 60 in like 215, like 215 total hours, that I will consider that to be actually pretty good. Yeah, like I was thinking it'd be at least 300 hours, especially with like how much we were working on professions early and like kind of like the slow kill rate on the Paladin. We've had lots and lots of downtime. So the fact that like this is probably the worst class in the game as far as like sheer damage output, it's D tier. So see, the fact that we were able to do it in 215 hours on the worst DPS class in the game is pretty good. Whatever class we play next will feel much, much faster. It might only be the difference between like 15 hours of actual gameplay, but it's gonna feel like a lot. That's right. We had a week of being stream sniped. Yep. So that slowed us down even more. All those spirit runs, all the travel time that we had to keep jumping zones. So like I think on the next class, we should probably be able to get it in like 180 hours. If we're not dealing with PvP and we have a class that has just like a faster kill rate and more momentum. If we're able to do some dungeons, like that would be a bonus as well. We could probably get it in 180. Depending on what professions we do. Yeah, the good world PvP was fun while it lasted. You know, I do miss Whitemane. I miss how active it was. Like, the PvP was fun the few times that it was, like, relatively balanced. But mainly I just miss, like, the population being so large. How much faster it is thanks to streamer bonuses like gold and bags? I mean, probably a little bit. I don't even think it would approach the amount of time that I wasted being stream sniped, but you know, it could help a little bit depending. Obviously the inventory helps out a lot. But inventory is something that like a person could manage if they were like paying more attention than I normally do. Having decent weapons helps depending on like the class. On a caster, like, being given gear and stuff and being given gold to buy gear is not going to matter as much. Because casters don't benefit as much directly from their gear when it comes to, like, DPS while leveling. Mainly you're relying on your spell ranks for increased DPS. But on a melee class, obviously, like, a really good weapon, I don't think it's going to double your kill rate, but it could, like, it could increase your kill rate by 50% again what it is. And that's pretty significant. This elite is coming right at us and this guy wants to stand back here and cast. No, 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 my friend. You must come with us. We must go back this way. That's right, follow me. Yeah, I felt like I got to a point where unless it was a hunter, I could basically hold my own in PvP if it were relatively, like, within, like, 7 or 8 levels. It was fun, like, learning how to play off of certain classes and, like, the things I would have to do against certain classes. I really enjoyed it. It's just, like, it sucks that it's impossible for me to really have that experience with what I do. Maybe one day I'll try over on the EU server. Maybe we'll try on Firemaw one day. And I'll just like, I'll go as long as I can until we're getting stream sniped. And then I'll just transfer them over to whatever, like, whatever other classic era realm. It would be cool to get stream sniped, you know, in 2 different parts of the world, I guess you could say. Cover all my bases. Yeah, I'll get to meet a whole new group of people who hate me and just want to make me suffer. I'm looking forward to it. Johnny, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Streamers should get discounts for bringing more subs to WoW. I mean, to be fair, like what we do get is that they let us play the game and monetize our content, and they don't like copyright claim it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want them to keep doing what they do, and I want to keep doing what I do, and I don't need them to. I mean, I'm sure I have brought some people back to the game and, like, obviously, like, I've made them some money inadvertently. But what they're doing for me is they're letting me monetize this content on YouTube. And, yeah, they don't have to do that, so I appreciate it. A support a creator code on subs would be cool. Even if it didn't have any monetary value, but was just like some kind of recognition. Like, I wish they could send me stats. I would like to have stats. Yeah, that's what they could do. Like, yeah, support your creator code could be cool, so I can have like stats on how many people have renewed their sub in some way because of me. That would be a nice number to have. What class do I like the least in hardcore? The same class that I like the least in any other version of the game, Druid. I just don't like druids. but not for any like just real mechanical reason. Like they're probably fine in hardcore, but I just don't like them. That bubble was about 42 kills. It's probably because I'm fighting lower level guys, I guess. Alright, well, 42 more kills to go, and we should hit 59. Here we go. This is kill number 1. Wood Rain Mud, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Watching got you back into the game. There you go, there's like 3 of you guys here right now who I brought back to the game. How does pizza sound for dinner? Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. Like, are we talking like a frozen pizza or like an ordered out pizza? Because then my answer might be different. But either way, obviously, like, do whatever. If there's food to eat, then I'll be grateful that there's food to eat. And if there's not food to eat, I will scrounge up food to eat, and I will eat that food. It's ordered. Yeah, I'd prefer it if it's ordered pizza, then obviously it'll be delicious. If it's a frozen pizza, then I might just drive to Wendy's and get a burger instead. See, that's like 4 of you guys, 5 of you guys. I like a handful of people in this stream right now have gotten back into WoW because of me. It would be cool to have a number. It'd be cool to have a code you guys could put in just so I can get like a monthly email from like an automated Blizzard system that lets me know like how many people came back to the game because of watching me. That'd be cool. We know how much Blizz loves to give out numbers and data. Mr. Santa, I appreciate you saying so. I appreciate that. Santa, have a good rest of your day, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. What I keep telling myself as we grind here, I keep telling myself, enjoy this. This is the last time you're going to be here for a long, long time after this. Because we definitely don't get to see these zones a lot. And it could potentially be 150 more hours after this before we see them again. I've also been trying to enjoy how, like, seasonally appropriate this zone is as we spend, like, more and more time in it. It really does seem to be, like, the best Paladin grinding spot for the last couple levels. We will go to Silithus, though. I don't want to stay here, like, all the way through 60. But it's been fun while we've been here. What's my favorite memory of leveling up so far on this character? For better or worse, it was probably like a lot of the PvP that we did in Stranglethorn Vale. We had some good fights. It was interesting, like, seeing the same people, like, multiple days who were, like, leveling alongside us, who we kept running into. Other than that, I've just really enjoyed seeing the endgame zones. all the zones that like you don't get to see very often because of like the amount of time it takes to get to that point. Being able to quest in like Fellwood, Ungoro, Winter Spring, the Plague Lands. It's been a joy to spend a lot of time in places that I don't typically get to see. Why am I grinding mobs to get the level? Because why not? I don't really want to go back to questing until I hit 59. We completed a few quests. We were within like 4 bubbles of 59. I decided just to grind it out. At this point, most of our experience is going to come from kills anyway, not from quests. This way, if I hit 59, we should be able to go to Silithus, and Silithus, that might be the last place we have to go. We'll do a handful of quests, we'll do a lot of grinding, and we'll be 60. I might try some Battlegrounds at 60, but the reality is, like, if I do Battlegrounds, I'm probably gonna get crushed by, you know, people with all of the PvP gear. But we might try. We're also planning a No Death November, a fresh start hardcore character that I'm gonna fire up after we cap this one out. Do we mine sporadically? We mine whenever the situation arises, like whenever I come across thorium. We've capped mining out, so mining is completely capped. Blacksmithing, I have a bunch of thorium. We eventually have to circle back and work on some blacksmithing to cap that out. That was a good time for the trinket shield to proc. I appreciate that. Yeah, when the Pally crits, things melt, but it's kind of like, you know, you'll get a fight where you'll crit like 3 or 4 times, and then you'll get like an entire encounter where you don't crit once. It's very uneven. See, that was really good. We've seen some like high 700s. High 700s have been like the highest crits that I've seen. And there we go. That, my friends, is level 59. We have exactly 1 more level to go. Feels very good. Achievemo, that's awesome, man. Congrats to you, my friend. 11 years, and you turned 33 the other day. Happy anniversary and happy birthday. Amy and I have also been together for 11 years. Congrats, man. That's awesome. All right, guys, this has been a very productive day. We have hit our goal, which was to get to level 59 today. And I think I'm going to stop right here for today. We're kind of at like a half a level a day kind of point. So I think I'm gonna stop here. This seems like a good time to have the rest of my afternoon. I'm going to go on a walk with my kid, get some fresh air and touch grass and all of that stuff. Thank you guys very much for being here today and for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your afternoon or evening time, and we will see you back here again sometime soon. Bye for now.